a behind-the-scenes look at Fallout video game series Cut Content, episode title Cut Content Chronicles, a Fallout deep dive. Intro music fades out. You know, when it comes to the Fallout series, we've all become accustomed to post-apocalyptic Nevada, California, and Washington. But behind the scenes, there are countless discarded ideas, alternative storylines, and fascinating what-ifs that have fueled fans' imagination. In this episode, we'll be delving into some of the most intriguing cut content from the Fallout series. Get ready to explore alternate versions of our favorite games. At the time of its release in 1997, Fallout's development was marked by significant upheaval. Interplay Entertainment, the original developer, was going through restructuring, and many of the project's early visionaries were either departed or marginalized. This had a profound impact on the final game. Among the lost concepts was a drastically different approach to gameplay, something the development team called the Van Buren Project. Imagine a game where you played as a character with an assortment of special abilities akin to a superhero. This idea was essentially abandoned, only to be adapted for other projects, like the cancelled Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. Fallout 3, an unmitigated success upon its release, also came with a wealth of cut content. One memorable example is the abandoned Outland location, which would have been an homage to the classic games. This pre-war setting would have allowed players to experience the world before the Great War in a more immersive way. Fallout series is notable for its expansive lore and rich history. However, not all ideas have been explored. A notable example from Fallout 3 is the Long War questline, which introduced the idea of two powerful alien factions dominating the galaxy. Though this storyline ultimately remained unfinalized, it laid the groundwork for the later introduction of the Enclave, a faction more in line with the original concept. Fallout 4, released in 2015, also suffered from cut content that has intrigued fans. One example is the Synth storyline, a more nuanced and thought-provoking narrative that criticized the theme of artificial intelligence. Instead, the final game presented a more binary view of the synths, omitting the possibility of an integration solution. While we are accustomed to the West Coast's post-apocalyptic landscape, Fallout's developers have consistently demonstrated a willingness to experiment and explore divergent ideas. Consider the much-discussed concept of Fallout Canyon, an alternate set of locations that allowed for a unique and intimate story. Unfortunately, Canyon would later be reworked into what we now know as Fallout 76. Development of Fallout 76 is an example of why the game industry's landscape is increasingly contentious. The shift toward online gaming and pre-release beta phases left developers torn between creating an immersive single-player experience and building a dynamic multiplayer environment. However, these concessions came at the cost of innovative, large-scale, single-player experiences, elements closely tied to the series' charm. Outro music begins